Hello, I'm Robert Samson-Krebs, and I'll be walking you through the development of the line tracker robot that I built. The first thing and most important thing about this robot is its compactness. This compactness allows the robot to maneuver around with sharp turns in the course. There's lots of sharp bends and turns in on the line that the robot had to go through, so it was important to have that in mind when designing it. So I started out with a very compact design for my robot. Another important thing was the placement of the sensors. I chose to put them on the side of the robot where the two wheels were facing and opposite the side that the single wheel was placed on the robot. This made it so that the robot, like, both wheels would go forward. Then when either the left or right sensor hit, the robot would rotate according to how I programmed it. If the left sensor hit, it would rotate right. If the right sensor hit, it would rotate left. And this would allow the robot to stay on those tight, sharp turns that the course had. And that is basically the two aspects I kept in mind when designing this robot was its compactness and the placement of the sensors. Hello, I'm Robert Samson-Krebs, and I will be walking you through the important part of my line tracker robot code. I'm only going to make one video because both of my codes are so similar. I'm going to explain how the first one works, and then I'm going to add on the second part that I added onto this code and explain how the second one works, because this video will be how both line tracker robots work. Essentially, there are 4 if statements I will be discussing, and that is the very important part of my code, the if statements. So you come down here to the first if statement and see, okay, the middle sensor is on black. That's what these greater than, less than 100 values are. All you have to know for this is that if the middle sensor is on black, and that's the first condition, then we want both of the motors on and moving forward. The second if statement, if we come down here, the second if statement says, okay, the right sensor is on black. Now, when the right sensor is on black, we want the left motors to be on, but we're also going to turn the right motor back a little bit. So we're going to rotate the robot until it catches itself and goes back to this first if statement. The first if statement being the middle is on black. So then the middle one will be on black again. Now if we go back down to the third if statement, the right sensor is on black. So we do the same thing. It says right motor is on, so we turn, and I also put the left motor on to reverse a little bit, so it again rotates a little bit. The robot rotates a little bit till it catches itself on the middle sensor, and it turns both motors on, and it goes forward again so it keeps going forward until either the left sensor is hit, at what point it rotates towards the right. If the right one's hit, it rotates towards the left, and it will do that until it'll rotate both ways until the middle sensor senses that it's on black. So that means it's facing the right way. So that means it goes forward. Now this very last if statement, the fourth one, actually it's not the last one, there's one more after this. So it says if all sensors are on black. This is the part 2 of the line tracker. If all sensors are on black, it says go forward, and we want it also to delay a little bit, and we want an integer to click up. So this integer will count the number of lines that we pass, and it will only count up when all sensors are on that line at the same time. So that was just the way that I was able to make the robot count how many lines it passed. And if we look down here at the very bottom, we see after it passes 4 lines and returns back to the start, the robot turns its motors off and it displays mission complete. I just put that to signal that it's over, the course is over. And that is how my robot works. That's the important part of how my robot works. The first 3 if statements are for version 1 of the line tracker robot, and the last 2 are for version 2 of the robot.